Okay, so welcome, and today we're going to talk about ordering fractions with like denominators. Okay, so when we're saying ordering, we're talking about putting them in order. Okay, not ordering them from a restaurant. Okay, so when we put numbers in order, we usually go from the smallest number to the largest number. So let's just go back to something basic, right? If I said order the numbers from least to greatest, right, we would put these in order from least to greatest. So I would move this 2, right, to the beginning. Then I would say 3. Then the 6. Then the 8. Then the 15. Right, and that would be them in order from least to greatest. Okay, from smallest to largest. Get bigger. Okay, so that would be a pretty basic skill for us to do. So now we want to do the same thing, right? So we have the number with the lowest value to the number with the highest value. We're going to do the same thing, but with the fractions, okay? So here it says order fractions least to greatest. That means put them in order from smallest fraction to the largest fraction. Okay, so the one closest to 0 to the closest to the whole, to the smallest to the biggest. And sometimes it'll say order fractions from the greatest to the least, which means you're putting them in order from the biggest, then all the way to the smallest. Okay, so just reverse order. So let's try. So we looked, all right, let's look at these fractions. Now, order the fractions from least to greatest. When you're ordering fractions or putting them in order, you are comparing them, right? So in other videos, you've watched how to compare fractions, and I've told you always look at the denominators, because if they are the same, that makes your job a lot easier, right? And here they are. They're the same. And the lesson today is, ordering fractions with like denominators. So this is what you're going to find across. So basically, if all of the pies are broken up into 6 pieces, then you just have to look at the numerator, right? We have 5, 1, and 3. And then you would go about yourself putting them in order, in numerical order. So if you look at the pictures, right, we can clearly see which one is the least amount, right? If we were to say this was your favorite candy bar, who ate the least, right? It would be this one. So this is the first one, 1/6, and then, right, which would be the next in the middle, 3, right? And the biggest would be 5/6. And we could do that. We could look at the numerators 1, 3, 5 and put those in order, because the denominators are all the same, because we're dealing with the same amount of pieces, the same size pieces. All right, let's look at this. This one says order fractions from least to greatest. So again, we want to go smallest to largest. So again, we're checking out our denominators. Yes. Okay, this makes our job easier because all the pieces are the same size. So that means we can just go upstairs and look at that number and make a decision from there and put these numbers in order. So, and we can check 2/8, 2, 3/8, and 6/8. And let's look, let's put them even with the circles, right? If you were to think of this as cake, this person ate the most right here, right? The smallest amount, the next, and the largest. All right, over here. Order the fractions again from least to greatest. So again, because you guys are active thinkers and, always participating, which I love, we're going to look at the denominators and woo, yay, they're all 4. So we know that our pieces are all the same size. So that makes the job easy. Now all we have to do is look upstairs at the numerator, right? So how would you put these numerators in order? All right, so jot it down real quick. How would you put these in order? And so we would say smallest would be 1/4. Then the next one would be 2/4. And the greatest amount would be 3/4, right? And if you looked at that, there's our picture, right? Smallest amount, medium amount, most. Okay? Right? This isn't too difficult. You guys got it? All right. Oh, the challenge, they put in 4 fractions. But guess what? The process is still the same, right? So you've got this. We're going to look at our denominators. Woohoo! Yes, they're all the same. So that tells me that there's the same amount and the pieces are the same size. So now I have to go upstairs and look at my numerators. And all I have to do is put those numbers in order, right? So go ahead. On your scrap paper, do it. I'll be doing it, and you can check your answers. Mm-hmm. 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 And mm-hmm. Okay, so let's see if you put them in order the way I did. 1/12, 3/12, 6/12, 8/12, right? 1, 3, 6, 8. That's how you would put them in order. So if I'm moving the pictures, right, you can clearly see that that's what it would look like. Okay. Now again, comparing fractions and ordering fractions when they have the same denominator, it is really easiest when the denominator is the same. Okay. Okay, again, they want us to do least to greatest. So the first thing I do is I check out and I scan the denominators. Oh, great, they're all in fifths, right? So all I have to do is look at the top number. So go ahead, jot down the fractions that you think would go smallest, medium, and then biggest. I'll do the same, and then we can just check your answers and see if they came out like mine. I'm just moving the circles too. You don't have to draw the circles because that could be just tedious right now. We're just talking about the fractions. Okay, so from smallest to biggest, least to greatest is 1/5, 3/5, and then 4/5. All right. Okay, another one. Oh, okay. So, and watch the wording. Sometimes you get carried away and you think, you're doing a worksheet or you're doing, a program like iExcel or something, and, you're getting carried away and you're getting good at it. So you stop reading what they're asking you to do. Always read what they want you to do. So this one says order the fractions from greatest to least. So now they want the largest to go down to the smallest, okay? So we're going to do the same way. We're going to look at the denominators. Woo! 6s, fantastic. Makes my job super easy. Now I'm just going to look upstairs and I'm going to order those numbers, but I'm going to do it backwards. So what's my highest? My highest fraction would be 5/6, okay? Then my medium in the middle would be 3/6, and my lowest would be 1/6, okay? So you're just working backwards. And all we'd have to do is just change these two so the circles match if we want to do it like that, so we can clearly see, okay? So, greatest to least is just backwards. But again, sometimes they will change the wording to just make sure that you're, paying attention and staying focused. So, sometimes if it's on paper and pencil, I like to underline, or highlight because, again, it is very easy to get distracted. All right, this one again says order fractions from greatest to least. So largest to smallest. So, look at my denominators. This is grand, right? My pieces are the same size. So all I have to do is look upstairs at the numerator and put those in order. And I just need to make sure that I put the biggest first. So clearly 6/8 is the biggest. And then 3 is bigger than 2. And last but not least, 2. So we have 6/8, 3/8, and 2/8. And if I want to match my pictures, we'll just move those around so they match. There we go. Okay, and there you have it. You've ordered the fractions from greatest to least, to biggest to smallest. Okay. All right, here we go. They stuck in 4 fractions. So this one says least to greatest. I think they want it to do greatest to least. So we're going to just switch that around. We're going to do, so we already did that. So we'll do greatest to least. Okay. And so, you know, if you are taking a standardized test, or if you're, again, taking a paper and pencil test, if you have means to a highlighter, I know some of the tests you can highlight. Paper and pencil, you can circle, you can underline, right? It just helps you because there are so many distractions in a classroom that only one can control. Highlight it so that you know you don't forget. So this one wants you to go highest to lowest. So again, if we look, okay, at our denominators, oh, fantastic. They are all the same. They're all 8ths. All the pieces are the same size. So now I can go upstairs and I can look. So which one's my largest? Well, 7/8 is my largest. Okay, then 5/8. Okay. Then 3 is bigger than 1, so 3 would go next. And then 1/8 would go last. Okay. And there's my 1/8. Let's move these are a little bit bigger. There's my 7/8 and my 5/8 and my 3/8. Right. And if we were to do it the original way, right, that I had said at least to greatest, right, 1/8 would be the least, 3/8 would be next, then it would be 5/8, and then 7/8 would be the latter. So if it was reverse, you would have just done it the opposite way. Okay, let's see. Okay, here, greatest to least. So we're looking at the denominators, and again, fantastic, right? They're all the same. We know that we just have to look at the numerators, greatest to least. So 8/12 is our largest, then 6, then 3, and then 1. So we have 8/12, 6/12, 3/12, and 11/12, right? And if we wanted to look at the pictures, this was the largest, then it was this one. This is the smallest piece. Push this one over a little bit. And boom, right? And again, picture your favorite food, your favorite pizza, your favorite thing, right? If you love it and you want the most, then you don't want to be eating one, right? This is the person who enjoyed themselves the most. Hopefully didn't get a tummy ache, right? Okay, so I think our lesson is done for today. I hope you understand. I hope you liked it. If you do, you can put comments in the bottom. If this was helpful to you, I would love to hear it. And there will be definitely more videos coming to keep you going and, to figure out how to do denominators without the same, how to compare fractions without the same denominators. But just never give up. Keep trying, keep practicing. You are a math person. Math does love you, right? So I promise you, if you don't give up, it's not going to give up on you, and you'll get it. And at some point, you'll be like, oh yeah, all right, now it all makes sense. All right, so don't ever give up on yourself. All right, I will see you next time. Thank you for watching. Thank you for participating. Thanks for leaving comments, and I will see you soon.